Hey, welcome back to Living Wild and Free. In our construction build out here to get the land ready and prepped. Still working on quite a bit. I did a bunch of trees yesterday. I got a little bit of footage out of it because I just wanted to go gung-ho. And that's my biggest problem is I hate having to move the camera and do all this and do that and make it look cinematic and stuff for y'all. So I'm going to try to move it on to a different level of things and just kind of do stuff natural and let you guys watch, and I'll speed it up and stuff like that. But I wanted to give a status update. Today is the 16th of September. I got here on August 21st. I let my mulcher know, the forestry mulcher guy, know that I was going to be out here and I was renting an excavator. I'll be out here for a month. He's blown me off 3 times to show up out here and actually even talk to me, really, on site, because I wanted to meet with him here on site. That didn't happen. It didn't happen because obviously he was never intended to come back and fix his mistake. So over here in this picture right here, this is what I sent him over originally as a plan to give me an estimate, a quote from, to tell me how much it was going to cost me to build this marvelous land. So as you can see, I got pretty detailed on it. I gave him all the information. He had the full survey as well, which showed lots 3 and 4 and where the road was at and all the measurements. And when I was about ready to come out here and I started looking at the Google Maps and the earths and all that, I finally found a site that had an updated overhead view. And it was very blurry, so I couldn't see it because I didn't want to spend the money to get in there and actually look at what was provided in the expert version or whatever it was. So I ended up just looking at it, and I was able to do measurements on it. And when I was looking at it on the line, and I'd been marking this off online, and I've been using all the Google Maps tools and everything, and getting measurements and figuring out where this needs to go, where that needs to go, where I'm coming in at with my roads, where I'm putting my pad site. So I've already done a lot of research on it. So needless to say, I did the measurements. He was way off on the road in. I was in Arizona. I wasn't even out here yet. I hadn't even ever seen the property, much less. So I loaded up the 5th wheel, finally got on the road, came out here, and I didn't come out this day I got here, which was that Saturday. However, I came out the next day, I believe. No, let me guess. Yeah, Sunday. I came out here the first day on Sunday, and right off the bat, I was like, wait a minute. That road is way too narrow. And the measurement from here to the end of the road, to the main road cross intersection, that's way too short. My property can't be that for because it's supposed to come in on the center point of 3 and 4. There's no way that it was that short to come in right there. It was supposed to be split in half, roughly, which was about 372 foot to the center point. And so I got the roller out, and you guys saw that in an earlier video. And I rolled out the measurements, and come to find out, I'm 136 foot short of where it's supposed to be. So I started reevaluating. As you can see, I've got a lot of work that I did over here. Moving trees, and this whole area is forested, so I took out all these trees, and I spent a lot of time out here. I've had an excavator out here for almost a month now, come Monday, which is 3 days away, and I was really discouraged, because the slope that he brought the road in, where he brought the road in at, was the least flat spot on this particular hillside that I'm on. And the pad site was supposed to be a 60 by 100. That's 60 by 100. It ended up being 30 by 40. My road ended up being 120 foot, and that includes partially into the pad site where the road was not supposed to be. So I'm just frustrated. So I was like, all right, can't change it now, so I got to come up with a new game plan. Reached out to my engineer, my designer, and we met up and we came up with a new plan for how we're going to lay this out. So obviously it cost me more money to have to refinagle the plans that someone else didn't follow. So finally, fast forward about 3 weeks, after numerous attempts to get him to come out here and meet with me and figure out what we're going to do to fix the problem, or him to at least, you know, I paid him for an acre's worth of work, and he gave me 3,100 square feet. An acre is 43,000 square feet. Gives you a little idea. Excuse me. Let me grab some water here. So within the confines of what we're building, it just wasn't acceptable. My road was too narrow. I couldn't get my fifth wheel down. There was tree branches overhanging. There was stumps that were still in the middle of the road that would have popped my tires right at the road, not back in anyways. There's no way I could have got the fifth wheel out here. Not without really destroying it. And when you guys see my fifth wheel and I physically get it out here and put it on the land, you're gonna know why I wouldn't be able to get it out here. And I got some other footage that I don't think I've put in any of the videos as of yet. But I'm just real discouraged. I mean, I was far away. This guy took advantage of me because I'm not a Tennessean. I'm from out of state, and full bore took advantage of me. And I'm still hoping that he decides to make it right, come back out and finish the work that I paid him for. It wasn't a whole lot of money, but it was money that was meant for a purpose. And now it's costing me more money, because not only do I have to bring in more fill dirt, which is slim to none out in Tennessee because rocks show up everywhere. You guys have seen some of the video. So now I've got to spend more money bringing fill dirt to raise up stuff, to make it so I can build my first home site, so that I can get a pad for the fifth wheel out here. You know, I've got to get some drainage now because I was in a flat spot. It's down the hill in a flatter area. It would have been fine. I had it mapped out. I had all the topo done. I knew all the elevations. You know, my fall here, and fortunately where I did put it, back in this area, there's a good 2 foot of fall on it. So between those between the front here and the back, there's about 2 foot of fall. So I've got to bring in about 2 foot of dirt over the course of 85 feet. It's real frustrating. However, like I showed you in the previous video, I did cut in some more road. And back to this guy. So I went back and forth with him text messages. I don't have any signal out here, and he knew that, and he doesn't have any. So over the course of last night, I sent him out the GPS that I showed you earlier. And his only response is, well, I did my work. I did what, you know, that's a full day's work for us. So I mean, you're only going to get a full day of work out of me. However, my negotiation with him was to do my roads in, do my pad site. That was the agreed upon dollar amount. I would never have paid as much money as I did if I would only get a quarter of what he should have provided at the going rate, because it's about $1,500 to $2,000 for an acre out here. And I don't even have but 3,100 square feet that was mulched. So we're going to put them on blast. If you are in Tennessee or out and about in Tennessee, do not do business with Forestry Mulching. And I'll have to figure out what his other company name, but anything to do, stay away. I mean, the guy literally, all I wanted to do is come back out here, and here I'll go ahead and show y'all. But all I wanted to do is this behind me, these trees over here. I just wanted him to go ahead and grind those up so I can get them out of the way, because I need to fill that way still. I got about that entire area that needs to get filled with about 3 foot of fill. So it's very discouraging that you're going to put your business reputation online over this freaking stuff right here. It's real ridiculous. So what I'm kind of saying in this video is watch out for, you know, the snakes that are running through the forest next to you, or even sitting in the seat next to you, or whatever. There's people like that everywhere. I've been burned a lot in my life, and I try to make sure that my karma is good because of all the bad things that I did earlier on. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and just end this video now. I kind of got that off my chest, but ultimately stay away from mulching out here in lower. That's kind of, I'm not gonna tell you where we're at, but we're in between Memphis and Nashville, in the southern portion of the state. So stay away from him in Wayne County. We'll put it through that way. Stay away from his companies. His business practices are horrible. Thank you, guys.